you could fix one of the Mass Effect 3 endings, which would you fix and how so? So here we go, chat. Strap in. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. But now, my friends, we gotta go ahead and get to these questions. I only got one set of questions this week, chat. So we're gonna have to make these very robust, very thick, very girthy, well endowed, even. All right, you know I like to do that, chat. I like to read. I'm in Hawaii. I know you're in Hawaii. I know. I always say that's why I always. It's my spiel. It's my spiel. Have a nice time in Hawaii. Oh. The juiciest of questions, and I'll provide you with the juiciest of answers. And I have some questions from Vanny, chat. Vanny Spheres, thank you for being a Juicy Games subscriber. Do appreciate that, good sir. And Vanny, as you know, chat, if you're a Revenite or a Juicy Games subscriber, you have the ability to submit questions. And this is some of his questions, chat. He has 5 right here. So since you did my Final Fantasy 14 questions, it seems only fair that I do Mass Effect now. It's all Mass Effect, chat. Mass Effect themed questions. I love it. Bye, Juicy Game. Bye, come here. Bye, Juicy Game. Bye. Mass Effect themed questions. I love it, chat. Here we go. And he's starting with a movie question. Mass Effect, like a lot of other games in the PS3 360 generation, like Dante's Inferno, Dead Space, and those first CG Resident Evil films, were given the straight-to-DVD treatment. Are any of these adaptation spin-offs worth a damn, or are they cheap cash grabs to get another $20 from the fans? So to start off, they did release a Mass Effect anime, which was set in between Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. And it followed the Freddie Prinze Jr. character when he voiced James Vega, who was kind of like the player avatar, if you will. You know, the one that's like trying to get people caught up on like Mass Effect if you didn't play 1 or 2. Like he's like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. He's like the guy that's out of the loop. And it deals like with his story, and like he talks about the events of the movie in the game. And I thought it was fine. It wasn't like, oh, this is one of the greatest video game adaptations of all time. It's like, it's okay. Like, I thought it was okay. You know, it wasn't bad. It's not a film I don't think I'll ever watch again. I don't know if I'd given the DT, maybe like a low matinee or something. It was entertaining enough. Now, to answer your other question, the other parts of your question, the Dante Inferno, I've never saw the Dante Inferno movie, the animated film. Man, I know that Microsoft really wanted to make that a franchise. That was going to be their... it was obvious like that was going to be like, this is our version of God of War. You know, the hack and slash button masher QTE, you know, where, you know, Kratos is fighting the Greek gods and things like at this time. This is before like God of War 2018, Chaz. This is during the PS3 360 generation. And Dante was descending the levels of hell and things. Adaptation of Dante, like a very loose adaptation of Dante's Inferno. And I thought that game was okay, but yeah, it did click people. I never saw the movie, so I can't say. Now, some of the other stuff you brought up, Dead Space. I really like Dead Space Downfall. It's a prequel to the events of the original game, where it shows like what happened on the USG Ishimura, like from when they fucking popped the cork on that fucking planet, chat, when they were doing the planet cracking, the mining, and they found the marker in there, and they found the necromorphs and infected the people on the planet. Then eventually got up to the ship. And you follow this security officer. She's like head of security. I forget the character's name, but she's like head of security at USG Ishimura, like the space police on the ship. And about her and this group trying to survive and rescue all these people. And well, you had to really know. You find out what you know what happens to everybody. But I really liked it. I thought it was great. That was one of the better animated video game adaptations out there, I think, before something like Castlevania came about. I like Downfall. And the CG Resident Evil film, so the only one I've ever seen was Degeneration. I know they did 3. I did the Degeneration, and I don't know the other 2. But I recently reviewed Degeneration, what was it, last week, right? And I thought it was just okay. I think I gave like a high rental. The animation is, at this point, it's very dated looking. Voice acting is kind of all over the place. Stories all over the place. Like a lot of Resident Evil stuff. I thought it was fine. Out of all those, though, I really did appreciate Dead Space. That was one. If I just tell you, like, out of all that group that you provided me with, Vanny, that's the one I'd say. You know what? This I think you'd be entertained. I think this is worth a watch, especially if you like the first game. If you like Dead Space in general, I think you'd like that. They did well by the franchise, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Dante Inferno animated movie was enjoyable. Mark Hamill even did some voice. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it. You know, Dante Inferno was that game that Microsoft really. It's funny because that game ends with a big like to be continued, and it's like it didn't happen. Yeah, I always felt bad for that developer. It's like, oh no, that was Visceral. That was Visceral's game. I forgot Dante's Inferno was also made by Visceral, who made Dead Space. So yeah, that sucks. It sucks. But yeah, no, definitely check out Dead Space Downfall. Now there's another animated Dead Space movie, I think. And I never saw it. I never saw it. I've only seen Downfall. So I don't know what that one's like. I don't know what the consensus, if you will, is with that film. But you know, as I kind of said before, and this kind of leads into the next question. It's like when it comes to Mass Effect adaptations, it's like I don't know, because Mass Effect is such a choice-based game where it's like, you know, you can make all these different decisions across all the games. You can romance certain characters, form bonds certain characters, and not with others. It just feels like each person's Mass Effect is very personal, and so the idea of them like adapting the trilogy to me is just like I just don't like that because you know the filmmaker will make choices that I didn't make in the games, you know. So I've always been kind of like off put by that. It's, you know, because Mass Effect is super, super personal to me. But, you know, it might happen someday. Like, I've always said, like, if you're going to adapt it, then maybe, like, tell a side story. You know, do like, man, it's hard. Because, I don't want them to reference Shepard. But at the same time, Shepard and that crew, they're so a part of Mass Effect. They're so connected to the culture and the politics within the game itself. So it would be very hard. It'd be very hard. Tell the Vegas story. I'm good. They did it. They did the movie. I thought the movie was fine. It was okay. Yes, the movie's currently streaming Prime for anyone who wants to watch it. Oh, the Dante Inferno one. Nice. Well, you can go ahead and check it out, chat. I have not seen it. This is Vanny's TV question. The Mass Effect series takes a lot of cues from sci-fi classics like Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica. Yes, absolutely. Definitely, both of those. I highly agree with you. If you were to, the Star Trek is, the whole kind of crew dynamic in Battlestar Galactica, the idea of these synthetic organisms trying to exterminate all civilization. Totally true. Takes both from both of those, more than anything. If you were to turn Mass Effect into a TV show, other sci-fi shows would you take inspiration from? There's two that really came up to mind. One was Firefly, and that's it's to be reminiscent of something probably like Star Trek or even Star Wars. Where Firefly, for those who don't know, was kind of Joss Whedon's baby in the early 2000s. It was like a sci-fi western, heavy emphasis on the western too. People were using like covered wagons in that show. But it's like, hey, what if we took the character of Han Solo and just made a TV series about him? That's pretty much what Firefly was, and it was great. I loved it. It was thoroughly abused by Fox, who ran the episodes out of order and was confusing, and they canceled it. But the fan base was so passionate. Eventually, it got a movie. I think that might have been Joss Whedon's first film he ever did. Maybe he did TV movies and things, but that was his first theatrically released film, I think. Serenity, and I liked it. He does some things in there that piss me off, but I did enjoy it. I really like Firefly and both Serenity. You can watch them all back to back to back. It's great. And what I liked about that show is just the camaraderie and the relationships that the characters had. You know, those people had a lot of issues with each other. There's no doubt. They came to blows. Sometimes they almost killed each other. But the relationships between everybody kind of reminds me of Mass Effect. Especially something like Mass Effect 2, where you have to deal with all these fucking different personalities, and some fucking hate each other and will kill each other if, depending on your choices. So I would definitely look at something like Firefly if they were if they, even though I don't want them to, if they were to adapt Mass Effect into a TV series or something like that, look at something like Firefly. Another one is The Expanse. The Expanse has gone all over the place. I've not finished The Expanse, I've not caught up to all The Expanse, but the whole concept is that basically you have these colonies in space, or like specifically on Mars, and how they're rebelling against the Earth government. But then you also have this kind of noir mystery with Thomas Jane's character, and like it's dealing with the political systems of the galaxy, and how these political policies, governmental policies have an impact on all these different people. and like through walks of life. It's like if they were to, I mean, that is Mass Effect. That they shows that like Mass Effect is very, very political. It delves into culture. It delves into governmental policy and the effects of history and racism, xenophobia on the galaxy. So I mean that the Expanse is a natural one to look at and see. It's like, okay, they did this so right. How can we apply this to a Mass Effect adaptation? Those are definitely the big ones for me. Other than Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica, which you're absolutely right, Mass Effect definitely takes a lot from both of those, no question about it. But the other ones I look at is definitely Firefly and The Expanse. This week's had a second-man movie titled Aftermath. Yeah, I never saw that. That's the one I never saw. Never saw that one. Deadpool, Thomas Jane. Good to see Deadpool, by the way. Thomas Jane is great in The Expanse. Agreed. Playing a hard-boiled space. I know he's great. I'm right there with you. Thomas Jane's a really underrated actor. I've always been a fan of him. Wish he got more roles. He deserves it, Chad. He deserves it. Any other sci-fi shows you think Mass Effect could take inspiration from? I was thinking specifically sci-fi shows, since I looked at like Star Trek and The Expanse. I mean, there's some Star Wars DNA in Mass Effect, like no doubt about it. But yeah, you were very apt to choose Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica, Vanny. I'd agree with that. I would say the Orville. So it's I mean, it does have a sense of humor, and no doubt about it. Mass Effect does have a sense of humor. It gets serious, it gets dramatic, but yeah. Sometimes hey, you have these fucking people who are living with each other. You're gonna eventually be joking around, and I like that. They don't always take themselves, Mass Effect's good, they don't always take themselves too seriously. There is some in-joke, especially when you get to something like the Citadel DLC, which feels very much like the Orville. Almost feels like a parody of Mass Effect, but I kind of like it that. I really enjoyed that. That's a good point, Benny. Expanse is definitely on my list to watch. It's great. Not a show, but Rogue One would be a great inspiration. Sure. No, of all the Star Wars films, I would agree. Get a fucking ragtag team together to take on an incredibly difficult opposing force. No doubt about it. Sometimes you have a Solarian sing for you. Exactly. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. We'll get to that soon, Chad. But no, very good question, Vanny. And this is Vanny's video game question. Chad, his third question. Mass Effect 3 has received a lot of shit for its endings, plural. Well, I personally believe this game series was more about the journey than the destination. I agree with you. I do concede that the original endings were pretty weak and that the Citadel DLC should be the proper ending. It's like the Citadel DLC to me is like the spiritual ending of Mass Effect, at least the trilogy. I agree with you. If you could fix one of the Mass Effect 3 endings, which would you fix and how so? So here we go, chat. Strap in. If Josh was here, Josh is like, we talked about this like years ago. So my sweet baby broccoli eating boy Joshua, chat. When we played Mass Effect 3, we spent hours. We just spent hours talking like on mic about how they should have ended it. Some things they could have done to make it at least better. Make it at least better, chat. So this is spoiler stuff. This is some spoiler stuff we're dealing with the Mass Effect franchise. As you guys know, Mass Effect 3 had a very controversial endings, if you want to call it that, where you pretty much get just a choice. You get three choices, Chad. Very simple. A little ghost kid appears before you and says, "Hey!" It's funny. So I have to back up. So in the beginning of Mass Effect 3, chat, the fucking Reapers invade. They invade. There's like, shit, we couldn't stop them from invading. Not great. Wow, we should have listened to Shepard. Yeah, no shit. And in the opening game, which actually is a really cool opening. I love the invasion of Earth. It's awesome. The carnage that unfolds. You see these cities just burn and fall away under the Reaper's power. Like, it's cool. And Shepard just getting caught in the middle of it. They have this thing in here where there's this little boy. His little boy who is gets separated from his family because his family's fucking killed by the Reapers. And Shepard's trying to help him throughout this section to survive. And it ends with Shepard and like Anderson and stuff. They're like, they're there together, and they end up being rescued by the Normandy. And Shepard sees like these lifeboats come down, these other little ships, these rescue ships come down. And he sees the little boy among the crowd. And he gets on sees the little boy get on the ship, and it takes off. But the Reaper's like, but a Reaper just lands right next to it. He looks at the ship. He's like, "I'm gonna kill that fucking kid," and he goes, "Bwah!" and just blows him up. And Shepard's like, "No!" Shepard's like, "Fuck!" And for the rest of the game, Shepard has these dreams where he's running through this like destroyed fucking forest, and he sees the kid. He always sees this little goddamn kid everywhere, and it's like it's supposed to represent like Shepard's guilt. And that's what it is. Like, all the things. Now, I don't know if I would have used the kid for that. And depending on choices you make, you hear certain lines of dialogue from certain characters, and it's this weight that's on Shepard's shoulders constantly. It's like, I understand what BioWare is doing. And then at the end of the game, sci-fi mumbo jumbo, the Reaper AI technology, the thing that talks to Shepard basically, takes on the form of the little kid. And the kid's like, all right, Shepard, you get 3 choices. And he's like, huh? It's like choice number one, the red ending. It's like, red ending? Yes, red ending. You get to destroy all AI. Not just the Reapers, they'll die, but also all the Geth who become good guys. I know we're killing them right now in Mass Effect 1, chat, but they do become good guys. They do become good guys, chat. You'll kill them, and you also kill Joker's sex bot Edie, and it's like, oh, okay. Now there's other options. And he's like, okay, what are the other options? Option number 2, control. You get to sacrifice your corporeal form, and you literally become God. Shepard becomes God at the end of the game. Like, he's absorbed into the machinery, and he becomes all the Reapers. That's what it is. And he's like, bwomp, bwomp, bwomp. He's just fucking, he controls them all. And it's like, I don't know if I want that power. And the third ending is you get to force upon the galaxy to become like one fucking organism. So in this one, I don't know how this works, but all inorganic and organic matter becomes one. And so we all become like, we become like robot cyborg people. And so Shepard unleashes his essence, and it's spread across the fucking galaxy, and it combines, it's basically what Saren wants in Mass Effect 1, the combination of flesh and steel, the strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither, the blue, and that's the green ending. The blue one, the control, is what the elusive man wants, what Martin Sheen wants. He's like, I want to control everything, get it, control. And the destroy ending is the one you do what you were always set out to do. Now, he's literally Deus Ex Shepard, and of course these were widely mocked. I've never picked the blue or the green ending. I was like, fuck that. What? And I always said this. I'll say this again when I get to my playthrough. When we get to Mass Effect 3, when we make them, we see that little fucking ghost kid. And this is what I'll say. It's like, what was our mission? What was always our mission, chat, from the beginning of Mass Effect 1? To destroy the Reapers. And I always picked red. I never deviated. And I shot the shit out of that thing. And then it happens, and then the game wraps up in like 3 minutes, where the Normandy gets stranded on a planet, and the guys walk out, and they're like, huh. And then it ends. And it's like, oh, well, that was fucking weird. And depending on, I think you pick the destroy ending, you see in the Citadel records, like Shepard goes, you see him take a breath. Now it was, widely derided, those endings. They released an extended cut, which expanded on certain things. It explained like a lot of stuff away. It gave you more of a personal connection to your squad mates, which is what everyone wanted. Like I feel like the endings, what they failed to do is, one, they didn't take into account like a lot of my decisions in the previous games, and 2, I didn't feel like I got to say goodbye to anybody. They have like a, hey, say goodbye to wrap up with your squad mate kind of thing, but it's like it didn't feel nearly enough. And it just came off really awkward. And they provide a lot more of that, especially with your love interest. You chose a love interest across the trilogy. They gave additional scenes, which I thought was really cool. And then they have like this collage of like, this is what happened to the fucking galaxy. This is what based on your decision, and it's depending on your choice. It wasn't like actual like animated scenes. Some were, some weren't. A lot of it was like artwork, and it showed you like what each person is doing, how they're doing, and it was better, but it still wasn't great. And then eventually they did some DLCs. They did the Leviathan DLC, which explained the origins, like literally explained the origins of the Reapers. Like, okay, where do they come from? And they tell you. They did the Omega DLC, which is kind of the weakest one. It has nothing to do with anything. You just go back to Omega. And then they did the Citadel DLC, which is the one where it's like, okay, we listened. We know you just want you to say goodbye to these characters. Here you go. You know, it's the longest DLC. It's the best DLC in the entire trilogy. I always give them that, where it's just you going on a really fucking crazy adventure with all your friends, and you get to say goodbye. You get all these romance scenes of your romantic interests and just have fun. And it's like, yay! And I love that. That is the true ending now of the series. Now, if I were to fix the ending of Mass Effect, I mean, that's a hard question. That's a loaded question. There's a lot of things. Because it also deals with Mass Effect 3 in general. I agree with Mass Effect 3. It does a lot right, and it really shows throughout the journey of Mass Effect 3, the impact your decisions had on certain things, especially when it comes to like the Krogan or something, and the Genophage. Like that's really interesting to me, and Morden and Rex and Grunt and all that. Like that's what the wonderful arc in the game. But there was it's another big spoiler, chat. So if you don't want me to, or excuse me, if you don't want to hear this, then definitely leave and check out and come back later. But like, okay, I should type up big fucking spoiler. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do big spoilers right now, chat. Big heaping spoilers. I'm gonna do this right now. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Shit, no. Hold on, chat. No, Donkey Kong, get out of here. Here we go. Let me go. I'm gonna go big spoilers, chat. Big spoilers right here. Okay. All right, this is big. So if you, because I'm gonna play through all this, but in order to eloquently, get into the nitty gritty details, I gotta let you know what I'm doing. So spoilers, chat, like right there, right on my chest. So you can't miss it, chat. You can't miss it. So, in Mass Effect 1, you go through this whole thing and you defeat Sovereign and Saren and yada yada yada. The beginning of Mass Effect 2, you fucking die. Shepard dies in the opening of Mass Effect 2. He gets fucking sucked out, like you're attacked by a mysterious alien race. You're ejected out of the fucking Normandy. The Normandy's fucking destroyed. A lot of the crew dies. You really go out the goddamn side of the ship and you suffocate in the vacuum of space, chat. And your body goes onto a planet. You meteorite. You're like a goddamn comet. You land on a planet. Years later, you're somehow resurrected by an extremist racist organization called Cerberus, who are like all about humanity and fuck all the aliens. Like that's what they're all about. And because they wanted to bring you back. It was Martin Sheen, Chad, the elusive man. And you deal with Cerberus in Mass Effect 1. And the only way they could have brought you back, though, it was through like experimental technology. And it's heavily hinted that what they used on you was actually Reaper technology. That it was parts from Sovereign. Which is cool, because you're kind of like the Terminator now, which is interesting. And it's hinted in Mass Effect 2, and it's pretty much said in Mass Effect 3. And people always assume, like, well, you find out that if you are exposed to Reaper technology over a long period of time, even a short period of time, depending on how powerful the Reaper is, they can take over your mind. It's called indoctrination. We briefly heard about it with Matriarch Benezia yesterday, Chad, when we were dealing with Matriarch Benezia and Novaria. She was indoctrinated by Saren and Sovereign, the Reapers, and all that shit. And so I thought it would have been fucking really cool is that throughout Mass Effect 3, like all these dreams that you're experiencing is actually the Reapers trying to indoctrinate Shepard. And there was a plan originally where they were going to have, like, indoctrination was going to play a big role in Mass Effect 3, where Shepard is slowly being taken over depending on certain things you do. And you're like fighting against it. I think like incorporating some of the indoctrination stuff would have been really awesome. And it really shows like, oh shit, this is what I really am. But you eventually you win out because Shepard is such a pure good person. You've made all these friends along the journey, this family you made along. Like I think that the ending need to be more personal. And I mean more personal. It should not just have been Shepard alone by himself. You should have had all your squad mates there. You should have had Tali or whoever your romance was by your side constantly, helping you fight through this. It's like what I think is so cool is that in the series you're always there. Like Shepard is always there for his squad mates, whether it's Garrus or Rex or Liara or Ashley or Morden or Grunt, Thane, whoever. He's always there for them, no matter what. He always helps them. And I think what would have been so emotionally impactful if they were like, they're all there for Shepard in that moment as he's fighting through this. As it's like he could succumb to this horrible thing. And because that's kind of, it's even brought up briefly in Mass Effect 3. It was like, Shepard's like, am I even the original Shepard? Am I even real? And I think it would have been amazing if all the squad mates were there to tell you are real and you did all these things, and he fights through that. And it's like, oh, it's a big fucking reveal that Harbinger, the Reapers, were slowly trying to take over your body since Mass Effect 2. I think that would have been great. and you make the decision together to then defeat the Reapers. That's what it needed. It needed that emotional fucking impact. So maybe based on your decisions throughout the series that you did, maybe you go crazy and you kill your squad mates or something like that. But I think, if you did Paragon or whatever, then you went on this journey. They come there for you to help. They come there to help you instead of you always helping them. That to me would have been very emotional, impactful. You needed that. And to that, you got to show more impact. You have to show more of an impact on the past decisions from the last games. So you have the emotional stuff there, but you also need to show like, hey, I saved the Rachni in Mass Effect 1, and you deal with them in Mass Effect 3, sure, but you don't really see anything in terms of the end game, like what happens with them. Like there's this epic battle scene at the end of Mass Effect 3 where you arrive to fight the Reapers. Basically, you've brought all these civilizations together, the Asari, the Geth, the Turians, etc. And I would have liked to have seen more cutscenes to show like, oh shit, there's those characters, and I helped them before, and now they're joining me here. Like, I need to see more impact on my decisions from the past games, like at this moment. So I wanted to see fucking Quarians riding on goddamn Geth, like, side by side fighting together. Like, I needed something like that in the ending, and we didn't really get that. Other thing is epilogues for characters. I think it would have been a lot better if we got, kind of like we're just seeing like what happened to each of these guys. I'm not talking like a goddamn like piece of concept art or a drawing. Like, no, show me some scenes of like, how are my friends doing? What is Rex doing? What is Garrus doing? How's his life? Tali or your romance option with you if they're with you. What was the result of that? Like, I think that would have been really good to see, like, little codas for each person. And I don't get, like, what I want yet, to be completely honest, give me the Metal Gear Solid 4 ending of Mass Effect. That fucking ending of that game was over an hour long. It was an hour-long cutscene. I wanted that, all right? If fucking Konami, if Hideo Kojima can do it, why couldn't have BioWare? Give me that ending right now. I want it. I want an hour long to defend, like, what happened to everybody? Where was the state of the universe? Show me the impact of my decision. Show me and Tali on her goddamn homeworld with our babies. That's what I wanted, chat. That's what I needed. But to wrap up, again, the whole idea of becoming a fucking god or forcing this synthesis on people was always really weird to me. I was like, I don't like that at all. That's just disgusting. Destroy ending. Show the impact of all my past decisions, have the squad mates instead of, Shepard always being there for them. They have to be there for him now, which I think is beautiful. And have the indoctrination play a role since, throughout the game. It's like, okay, he was kind of like there. He didn't really know he was being indoctrinated in Mass Effect 2. Then he's like, okay, something's weird with me in Mass Effect 3. That's what they should have done. That's what I feel, chat. And I think you had a much better ending. I think the trilogy would be in a much better place. And the third one would be more well-liked and respected. Here's your animated mini-film. Goddamn right. That's what I want. So killing bots is all right. See how it is. Listen, what was the thing that we set out to do from the first game? Destroy the Reapers. And we did it. My sacrifice might have to be made. Sacrifices needed to be made. No, the whole idea is like, that, we got to kill synthetic life. No, fuck that bullshit. No. They're like the little fucking space boy. Get out of here. Like, if they did the space boy thing, but it was actually like Harbinger of the Reapers, just like, like, hey, we tried to manipulate you of this form. Like, I think it would have been better if this thing appeared before me and was like if they really did some creepy, like, mind shit with me, and they were playing around with my reality, like, my ones and zeros and beeps and bops and boops and shit. And, like, if they had, for example, like, Garrus or Tali talking to me, but that it wasn't really them. It was just the Reapers fucking with my head the whole time. That would have been amazing. That would have been cool. And they're like, that wasn't, what are you talking about? We didn't say any of these things. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, that'd be really confusing throughout the entire game. I would love it. And then the reveal is like, yeah, you're being fucking indoctrinated, man. They're messing with you. That's what I would be all about. So, the whole idea of then, I'll choose this ending, I'll kill the Geth and eat. No, that wouldn't even factor into it. No, I don't want that. I don't mind a happy ending. Like, no, we're going to destroy the Reapers and only the Reapers in that game. That's the goddamn objective. That's what we're going to do. The Geth would, in my ending, the Geth would survive and Edie would survive and Jeff would fuck Edie for forever. That's what would beat you. I'd be all for it. That's what my ending would be, and we deserve it, chat. And I love it. What about you guys? How would you fix the ending of Mass Effect 3? What would you like to include in there? Would you like the Metal Gear Solid 4 of Mass Effect endings, chat? I would. That's what I need. That's what I need, chat. to feel closure. I needed at the end of the day, I needed closure, and I didn't feel closure at the end of Mass Effect 3. The extended cut helped, and Citadel really helped. But I need more. I need more. They have a tea party. I'd be all for it. Let's fucking go. I don't mind that at all. That would be perfect to me. I know you're being facetious, but I'd be like, I think this is wonderful. I have no idea. I haven't really played Mass Effect. No, it's fair. It's fair. No, that was big time spoiler shit. That was big time spoilers. I put up the little spoiler thing there. Release the juicy cut. That's what we need, Emerald. That's what we need. I'm in full agreement with you. Big spoilers, chat. So there. Got it. That's what I want. That's what I want, chat. Oh, Lord. We can go ahead now and get to Vanny's. Now, I knew that'd be a long one. He was like, "This is gonna be a long one, but I gotta do it. Need to be robust." Like I said, Chad, it's robust, and I thought about this. So, Vanny, I hope you like that answer. You better like that answer, Vanny. Well, let me go ahead and get to Vanny's next question, Chad, which is a content creator question. One of Mass Effect's strengths is how your choices can impact the story. Yes, as a content creator, you allow us, the Revenants, to choose things for you as well, like what you review, sing, and read to us. What is the decision that we made for you that has positively impacted you the most? Well, one thing it's been able. Well, what I will say, like one of the big reasons why I started just like, hey, I want you guys to have more of a voice in that, because I think people, they like having a sense of control over someone's content, because, you know, they're passionate about it. And so that's why I always encourage you guys to vote on things for me to view. In turn, what's so great about that is that it exposes me to new things, which I think is what you're alluding at the moment to, Vanny. And I always go back to like several big things, especially one big thing, which was Troy. Troy, if you're in the chat, give yourself a good old pat in the back, sir. Without you, I would never been exposed to Infinity Train. Like Troy said, I will pay you money to watch this show. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And he put his money where his mouth is, Chad. He paid me, and I saw him like, oh my God, this show is fucking fantastic. And so without Troy, without the chat, without you guys, I would have never been exposed to that series, and I absolutely love it. Season 4, by the way, fantastic. I want more. I want more. Give me more. I need more of it, chat. Need my 4 other seasons and a movie, please. Most recently, Demon Slayer, chat. I mean, we did the Discord poll. So for those of you who subscribe to my Patreon, I do Discord watch parties every single Saturday. I put Demon Slayer up there because people have always been talking about it. I was like, okay, clearly people want to watch it. And I ended up watching Demon Slayer, and I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. You know, so, no, I think doing this has been able to expose me to different things I probably would never have watched or even heard about. Even with some of the custom requested content, chat, on Patreon. Like, some people suggested things like, Brazil. And I really enjoyed Brazil. The Terry Gilliam, a dystopian parody film, chat. That was a great one. I believe, who suggested, was that, who suggested Brazil? Was it Deadpool or was it Ace Rock? I'm trying to remember. Mighty Thor, welcome to stream. I hope you're doing very well. Good to see you. I think it might have been Deadpool. Were you the one who suggested Brazil? Was it you? It was a great suggestion. It was an absolutely great suggestion. You're going to Brazil. No. Hot, nice. I'm not going to remember most of these spoilers. Fair enough. Also, Vanny, yeah, I do have a bit more logical to let Shepard have his Thanos moment, him sitting on a log with gracefully. Yes, yes, that's what I want. Give it to me. But no, it's like having you guys being able to play a role in the content creation, which is voting for things and picking things for me to watch or review or do commentaries for, or, you know, or anything else in between, has exposed me to new content that I normally like. Deadpool and Alex Bernal. Voting for or picking Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS team. That's another one. So like, this is great. Like I only watched a little bit of Gundam back in the day. I probably would have never watched it ever in my life. I would have been dead. I would have been in my deathbed and said, I never watched Gundam. And I would have died. But now I'm watching Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS team, and that has been awesome. Love that. So no, it's just exposed me to a lot of cool content, chat. So I'll give you some advice. If people want to get into content creation, let your audience play a role in that creation. Have them vote for things, whether it's across multiple platforms, Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, OnlyFans. Like, have them do that. I think it's very important, and you'll expose yourself to new things, and you might find out, you're like, oh, I actually really like this, and I probably wouldn't have done this without them. So, chat, you deserve all the credit. The answer is you guys are fantastic. Thank you for all your support. May the wings of liberty as a feather, your shake those heaven as we speak. Cheers to Rocky, welcome. Take my bits, Chris. Had a rough day. Work drum. Oh, use the bits. I remember work drum, man. Nope. I'm sorry to hear that, Rocky. Absolute pleasure to have you here. I'm serenading the chat. I'm toasting the chat right now. This toast is for you too, Rocky. Cheers and salute to you. Thank you for the 40 corgi biddies. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, definitely do that. And it's been great. I'm loving like all this new content I've been able to watch and experience. And this is the final question, chat, from Vanny. And then I'll go to you guys, and I'll let you guys ask a couple of questions of me. Here's a question. You've mentioned before, and it's been discussed in Class in a Glass, about your fondness for the soundtrack Mass Effect Trilogy. Yes, probably my favorite soundtrack score in any video game series out there, trilogy out there. But there's still Andromeda. You spoke the word. You don't use that here. Yeah, that exists. Is there a track we're listening to? And to be honest with you, man, I don't even know. I tried, though. I tried because I remember playing the game, and I remember I don't remember the music at all when I played it, and or what I have played of it. So I never finished. I was like, I can't do this. And I actually was like, okay, well, I want to give you an answer. It's like, let me go ahead and look at the tracks for Mass Effect Andromeda. So I actually went on today, and I was perusing the Mass Effect Andromeda score. And to be honest with you, everything's just really mellow and understated in the score. At least the ones I was listening to was like, and they're long too. Nothing jumped out to me. And I don't mean to be like just hating Andromeda all the time. It's very easy to, but I thought, well, at least the music must be good. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really digging any of the music in here. It's like, it's fine. It's, you know, it doesn't have, I don't think it has a lot of personality compared to Mass Effect. Like, you think of the Mass Effect 1, which is very synthy, which I already naturally, I'm attracted to. I like synthwave scores. I think they're cool. They're perfect for sci-fi as well. Sci-fi, sci-fantasy. And then Mass Effect 2 and 3 are very bombastic, very orchestral. They do have softer pieces, of course, the love themes. But a lot of it's like, you know, nothing's going to match the Suicide Mission. Like, the Suicide Mission score is absolutely, I mean, I'll play the music, chat. I mean, like, here. I'll show you some goddamn music. And then we'll listen to a piece. So I'll show you the Mass Effect 2 Suicide Squad. Mass Effect 2 Suicide Mission score, and then or song. And we'll listen to some Andromeda music because I was having some issues finding a piece of music from Andromeda that I actually liked. I was like, yeah. I was like, nothing was really jumping out at me. But you've heard this before, chat. You know what this is. Okay, Bill, it's soft at first. Ooh, chat. Well, I'm just drinking a little lemonade. A little pineapple lemonade. Chad's building. It's getting to where it needs to be. It's getting to where it needs to be, Chad. Not yet. There it is. Ooh, now it's building. Those no horns come in. Come on. When those horns come in, chat, then it gets serious. Then it's serious. And here's when it gets fucking real, chat. Oh, it's so good! It's so goddamn good. This is the best piece of the entire trilogy. Mass Effect 2, The Suicide Mission. And the thing is, like, I was looking for Andromeda music. I was really trying. And I'm like, all right, there must be something out there that would appeal to me. Like obviously, I mean, it's still, you know, it's Mass Effect, yes, but Must be something. And like the best piece. Man. So I was looking, what's the best piece of music from Mass Effect Andromeda? And every time I looked up a list, it was this one, and I was like, I was not impressed by it. Here, this is what it is. A better beginning. It's what it's called. Yeah, it's just this. It's on this level. It's just very mellow, understated the whole time. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's 4 fucking minutes, by the way. It's 4.5 minutes long. And I'm just like, You think, oh, it's gonna build to something big, huh? There we go. Kicks up a little bit. Yeah, I just don't dig it. I'm just not a fan. That's the best one, they say. That's the one you got to go to, Messenger. I was like, I suppose, I guess. Didn't care for it. It takes a long time for that to build up to there. So I actually fast-forwarded, chat. Before then, it's like, it's 2 minutes and 50 seconds before it gets to that fast-paced stuff. It's like, it takes its fucking time. As soon as our squad's like, no, we got to get going. We got to go. We're on suicide mission. It's like, oh, that's what you got to do. Oh. But, yeah, to be honest with you, Vanny, I'm not a fan of the music. I have to say it. At least I don't remember the music from Mass Effect Andromeda. And of the pieces that I've listened to today, I'm just not a fan of them. I don't mean to keep hating on the game, but it's kind of how I feel. Mass Effect Trilogy, though, amazing score. Each game, Mass Effect 1, it feels very different than its sequels because it's very synthwave, as I said before. But I'm trying to think, have I ever played, I don't know if I can, let's see if I can get away with this. But, no, I won't be able to. No, I don't want to get that copyright. But no, Mass Effect 1, terrific score. Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, also. Love them. Yeah, it's just forgettable. I'm just not a fan. But, yeah, that brings it to an end with Vanisphere's questions. Vanny, thank you for being a Juicy Game subscriber on the Patreon. I really do appreciate it. That's the last of the questions. So, I mean, what I could do right now is I could take some questions from you guys. I told you it'd be a shorter show today. It's a much shorter show today, but I could take some questions from you guys in the chat before I get going. Rocky has a question. Is there a film series where you feel like a few of the movies? Is there a film series where you like a few of the movies, but you force yourself to watch all of them? For me, like The Hobbit 1 and 2, meh on 3, but I have to watch it. Nothing's coming to mind. Usually it's like if I like a film series, but there's some movies I just don't watch them. So for example, like I love Lord of the Rings, but I'll never watch the Hobbit films again. I just don't like those movies. I might watch one of the scenes. I might watch like the Riddles in the Dark scene with Bilbo of Martin Freeman and Andy Serkis. Because I think that's a really good scene. They do fantastic work. But no, I don't have any desire to watch movies like in a franchise that I want to watch this, but we gotta get through all the shitty films first, unless I'm obligated to, of course, for a review or for a commentary. But no, I don't feel that way. It's like, for example, Aliens. I've seen those movies dozens of times, but I will never watch Alien 3 or Alien 4 unless I have to. I don't feel like I need to watch those. I don't have that inkling. I don't have that desire at all. I don't have the time. So, no, even Star Wars movies, like, I'll only watch probably the trilogy and Rogue One, maybe Force Awakens. Outside of that, no, I'm good. I don't feel the need to watch the prequels unless I have to do them for, like, again, commentary, video, review, something like that. That's just me, though. Let's see what else you guys got going on here. Rocky, Mass Effect, Final Fantasy, Halo, and other schools' music always get me. Great, all great music. Even Final Fantasy, yeah, especially. One of the rules of this channel: don't bring up Mass Effect. Danny, you see it, Danny? Metal Gear Revengeance was tough to play at times, but the music was. Yes, it was. I've done a gameplay stream of the entire Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. That was hard. Great music, though. I agree. Heavy metal. What are my top 5 favorite comic book movie moments? My top 5. Wow, that's oof. Oh man, that's a good one. There's probably a lot, but a couple off the top of my head. The Dark Knight the Batman Joker interrogation room scene. That's big on my list. Love that moment. Like, the whole thing where he's, what was it? How does it start off the line? So these people will eat each other. Now, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. Like that whole thing, his whole fucking speech, it's like, you have nothing to threaten me with, nothing to do with all your strength. Like all that. I love that. That's definitely high up there. Shit. I'm trying to think of some of the Marvel movies that we've gotten. Chat. I mean, Endgame. There's so many. Captain America picking up Thor's hammer, and that's huge. Wielding Mjolnir, that's definitely on my list. A lot of that. The whole Avengers assemble. The portal scene, of course. The portal, like Cap picking up the hammer. The portal scene is huge. What else is like really big for me? The Daredevil season 3, end of last episode, where Daredevil just beats the shit out of Kingpin straight from the comics, where he goes and Daredevil just screams in Wilson Fisk's face, "I beat you!" I love that. That's a huge moment for me. So how many is that? That's 4 so far. And another one. Let me see. Oh Jesus. Damn. I think I have to pick. Oh, shit. Logan. Logan has a lot of good moments in it for me. Maybe the one where he dies, where, he has Laura there with him, and he finally passes away. That was a really good moment. Like, he's like, okay, all your suffering, your entire life, which has been suffering, kind of ends. Like, that was a really just emotional moment. That was good. Even when Professor X passes away. Oh, no. I know what it is. The one that really got me. It was when he buries Professor X in that right next to that lake in the woods, and he's like, "Well, you have water, and you have some water." Like that one. I love that moment. That was getting emotional just thinking about it. That was a really good moment. And she goes up, Laura goes up to hold his hand. That's it. So the interrogation room scene in The Dark Knight, love that. And there's other amazing scenes in that movie too. But I have had to pick one. That's the one. Portals, Cap lifting Mjolnir, Daredevil, "I beat you!" and Logan burying Professor Xavier. Those are some of mine. Yes. What else do you have here? Hi, me, Corey, and the rest of the crew. I used to work for a website called oneofus.net. That was Chris Cox's and formerly Brian Salisbury's site. I was an intern, and I met Martin through that, and he invited me to Double Toasted, and I became a guest. Not a guest, excuse me. I became a, like a guest, just coming in there and watching the shows and stuff, and befriending them. And occasionally they have me on. They used to have people on all the time. And then Sam Gonzalez, who was used to work with Double Toast, used to be employed by Double Toast. He had a show called Sam Ain't Seen Shit, which he hosted with Ian. Ian left the show, and Sam asked me to be on it. And I was the co-host for that for a while. And then during that time, Corey and I were paying out for a lot. And we had the idea to do another video game show, 8-Bit Crumbs. And that's kind of how it happened. And I think I've known Corey and Martin for about 5 years, I want to say. 5 years. Like on a personal level. Yeah. Xavier, one question I had was, how did you know it was time to leave your job? Was the way they treated you? Was the amount of support you were getting on your stream? That's an excellent question. It was a number of things. It was one is like I didn't want to do it anymore. I was just so resentful towards it. I was like, and one was like this is my thinking at the time, is that I didn't like doing this anymore. I was resentful towards the job, and they should have an employee that likes the work and is going to do the best they possibly can. The other part of it was during COVID, they could give a shit less of the, protecting the employees in terms of making sure everyone was healthy. Like my organization I worked with was really behind in terms of like, we're going to get masks and get everything that you need. And they just didn't do that. And I was like, I don't feel safe where I work deals with a lot of fucking people, and like I was gonna work from home, and they're like, hey, when you coming back into work? And I was like, well, aren't we probably should do. And they're like, no. And so I was not able to work at home, and so I was constantly exposed. I was like, I felt mistreated there, and the other part of it was I was thankfully earning enough through this. And Patreon and Double Toasted, I can support myself and live comfortably, not change my lifestyle in any capacity. So it was all those things mixed together that made me just go, you know what, fuck it. I should just take the jump and do it and do something I love for a living and get paid for it. That's a very unique thing. One of the things, my goals in life, my top goal in life is to do something for a living and get paid for it. That's very... get something you love for a living and get paid for it, because that is unique. That is a rare thing to do. Not everyone achieves that. And I was like, if I'm going to do one fucking thing, it's that. And so it's been working out so far. It's growing consistently. Can't complain with that. Love seeing that consistent growth month to month, but it's been great. Excellent question. Do you want to play a take? Yes, we got to play It Takes Two, Vanny. That is something we definitely have to do. That's it, M. Xavier. Yeah, the Dark Knight line. Don't talk like them. You're not one of them. You know, to them, you're just a freak. Like me. See, to them, shit, I forgot all the lines. Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you like to be. You see, to them, you're just a freak. Like me. See, they may need you right now. But when they don't, they'll cast you out. Like a leper. See, their morals, their code... It's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. See, when the chips are down, these civilized people will eat each other. Now, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. That's it. Thank you. You need to start me off. I got it. I've seen that movie. I've seen The Dark Knight many times. You ever start with the head? The victim gets all fuzzy and see? And it's like, you wanted me. Here I am. I wanted to see what you do. And you didn't disappoint. You let 5 people die. Then you let Dent take your place. Even to a guy like me, that's cold. You're garbage. You kills for money. Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you like to be. There, I got it. I remembered it. I know his whole monologue, chat. I know his whole fucking monologue. My father was a drinker and a fiend. One night, he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. And he takes the knife to her, laughing as he does it. And he turns to me, and he says, why so serious? Comes at me with the knife. Why so serious? Puts the blade in my mouth. And... why so serious? A solid mine is in no order. Avengers teaming up. Oh, the first time? Yeah. Do the whole pan. Interrogation scene. The Dark Knight. Gray one. Magneto destroyed Auschwitz. Yes. In Apocalypse. See, I would have picked like the one he destroys the gate in X-Men. But fair enough. Gwen Stacy's death. Portal scene from Endgame. No, it's a nice one. That's nice. They'll cast you out like a leper. Chris Harris is my top 5 comic book movie moments. Clown cheerleading. It's Electro playing Itsy Bitsy Spider. Every scene of Darcy and Thor 2. Martha in the bathroom scene. I think you're lying, Chris Harris. Don, welcome to stream. How you doing? Hope you're doing very well. Rocky, favorite movies you watch out of season? Jingle All the Way in July, summer, and saw during Christmas. That's a good one. Huh. Out of season movies. Yeah, I guess the holiday themed films, right? Well, I guess, like Halloween. Like John Carpenter's Halloween or Halloween 2018. I watch out of season. I watch those in October, right? A lot of horror films I watch during the year, not during that, the month of October, I would say. So yeah, I would say, definitely a lot of horror movies. Rob Buffner and when he buries Charles and can't finish the sentence. Yeah, it's that one. That's the one. I'm so far behind with you guys. I'm just reading these questions. Yeah, but the way you can't finish the sentence, I love that. It's got water. Yeah, I love that. Don, love my REA stream. Thank you, Don. No, I appreciate that. No, I'll be jumping back in Resident Evil Village again soon after I complete Mass Effect 1. I'll be finishing up my hardcore playthrough. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I used to work for one of us. I did. Mm-hmm. Axel, that is terrible. I won't patronize anywhere that isn't protecting the employees. Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate it. He has a lot of reviews over there. He had a gaming show and he had a weekly column that he used to read. I did. I wrote. I had a gaming show which I did with my buddy John, who's occasionally popped up in here every once in a while. Your buddy John Romo. We had the show was called We Are Error, which was fun. And actually that led into me streaming the We Are Error podcast. I want to do something where I created video content. And it worked out. I gotta get back in touch with John. It's been a while. When do you think Mortal Kombat 12 will come out? Probably 2020. Well, we're gonna get Injustice before then, right? Maybe Injustice 3. So I don't know. Mortal Kombat 12. I'll say 2025. I think 2025 would probably be around that time. I can see it there. Or maybe 2024, maybe at the earliest. Maybe 2024 at the earliest. Right, Joe? Excellent impression. Thank you. Don't you remember the whole scene? I really do. I've seen that movie a lot. Oh, is Ledger in other... Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you. Did you see Prince of Crime? You say you're not the Joker. I know. Because you're scaring us. I'm sorry. Gotta give it to you. You're a beast with the voices. Thank you. I'm just seeing all these comments right now. Did you ever finish Outright? I did. Any more Young White Dampuses coming out? I don't know. That's good. I don't know. I don't know if we gotten any. We might have gotten scripts. Corey hasn't told me. We really think about Saw as kind of a Christmas movie. It is. Always watch Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas can be watched on October 3rd. That's true. It can be watched. It's both a Halloween and Christmas movie. That is a fact. That's a fact, chat. Mm-hmm. I just watched Barrel Scene Logan. Yeah, it's a beautiful scene. It's a beautiful scene. Are they still making? They might be still making Mortal Kombat 11 content. It'll be a while. I want an 8-Bit Crumbs t-shirt. Me too, Don. Me too. Someday we'll see. We'll see what happens, chat. No, I know a lot of the Joker's dialogue. Like what is a ha ha he ho ha he ho ha, and I thought my jokes were bad. How about what happened? What's the? I thought my jokes were bad. How about I have my boy here tear your head off? He's like, how about a magic trick? Bam! I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. Boom! Ta-da! It's gone. Oh, I love that shit. By the way, you like the suit? You should know. You bought it. Oh, Lord. Any other questions from you guys? Enough of the clown. Let's not blow this out of proportion. You think you could steal from us and walk away? Yeah. Thank you, Blackstone. Thank you. I still have your glimmering wedding. Come by when you... I will, Don. I will. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it, my friend. Always a pleasure. Which Urus monster do you like better? Family Opera or Creature from the Black Lagoon? Creature from the Black Lagoon. Oh, the original one, the movies? Yeah, Creature. Can I do Jack Nicholson Joker? Oh, God. It's been a while. Never messed with a man's rhubarb. I'm trying to think of some of his lines. Oh, like some of his diatribes that he's gone over. I'm trying to think of like a long sequence of him like saying dialogue. Bob, you're my number one guy. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other pieces of dialogue of his that he's done. Wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? I love that. You ever dance? That's right. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What? It's a thing I say to all my prey. I know what it means, but I like the sound of it. Well, what's that great line that he has? And gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. He starts dancing to Prince and shit. Oh, now I know. It's like, what's that? What's his? Oh, okay. Now you got me on a Joker spiel, chat. I'm trying to think of. Okay, let me go. Jack Nicholson Joker lines. See, now you got me, guys. This is good. Sometimes the Q&A can inspire all this stuff. 13 best Joker lines. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. My balloons. Oh, I'm trying to remember how it goes. My balloons. Those are my balloons. Why didn't someone tell me he had one of those things? Bob? Gun. Bang! I mean, moment alone, boys. That's right. I love it. Let's broaden our minds. Look at Boss Acres, what are you talking about? I'm not talking about anything. I'm just trying to remember Joker lines from Batman 1989. It's going off the fucking rails. Rocky, as a nerd, Chris, have you seen the Death Battle series on YouTube? If so, what is your favorite match? I've seen it, but I don't remember any episodes. I know I've seen some before. It's the animated stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I do ones for Cholo Joker. There you go. I don't know what else he fucking says. Lord. But chat, if we don't have any more questions right now, I might get going. Let me do this. I'll take 3 more questions, chat. I'll take 3 more questions right here. You don't want beef. You don't want beef. You got no beef. I know that, though, there's the one line. It's where Nicholson's Joker, it's during the praise dance, and it's like, bah, bah, bah. He's like, hey, I'm here giving away free money. And where's Batman? He's at home washing his tights. Remember that one? All this chit-chat's gonna get you hurt. See, I remember that at all. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Bravo. Thank you, Blackstar. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the lines. I know Hamill's lines very well. I definitely like Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, where it's during the flashback sequence where Batman's looking for the Joker after he's disfigured Tim Drake, and where he's like, oh God, how does it start off, chat? I peeled back the layers of the boy's mind, and all the serums and the shocks. The boy began to share such secrets with me, secrets that are mine alone to know. Bruce, it's true, Batsy. I know everything. And like the little boy who opens his Christmas presents, how sadly anticlimactic. Behind all the stern and batterings, you're nothing but a little boy crying for mommy and daddy. It'd be funny if it wasn't so pathetic. Ah, what the hell? I'll laugh anyway. Punch, punch, punch. I'll break you in 2. Oh, Bats, if you had the guts for that, you would have done it years ago. I, on the other hand, slash, stab, and he grabs gun, throws it to Tim Drake, Joker Tim Drake. Here you go, sonny boy. Deliver the punchline. Do it! That's not funny. That's not... Dies. That's what I like. Oh. Hey, did I ever mention I like Prince Joker 89? Is that a real deleted scene? That's incredible. I'm trying to think, what's the other line? Oh, yes, that's right. Right before he kills... or he tries to kill Terry. It's the ending, and it's like, come on, you little punk. That's what he says. He's like, McGinnis, it's over, McGinnis. Laugh, you little punk, laugh. I can't hear you. Ha, ha. Ah! Remember that one. You gonna watch Modoc? Probably not. No, I don't have Hulu. For real, please. Thank you. I want to be a voice actor someday. So that's one of my other goals in live chat is I'm a professional streamer. Someday I do want to voice act as well. Be involved in some sort of show. I think it'd be so much fun. Always like the real Batman doesn't fight duty. He's like, what are you doing? Fighting duty. The real Batman. No. Shows you don't know much about me. Oh, yeah. Go once. Well, chat. And we're not going to get any more questions. I might just go ahead and end it here. Does everyone have anything? I'll take one. I'll take one more. Have you done theater work in school? Do skits on your YouTube channel? I did. You know what's funny? I didn't do any theater. What I did do, I was never in plays in high school or college, or middle school even. But I memorized dialogue, as you could tell. I memorized sequences, things I was just obsessed with. I just did voice. I just did stuff in the mirror. I was that fucking kid. I was just that weird kid. Thank you, Rocky, for the 40 biddies. Thanks for being a great host, Chris. Take my bits and have a good one. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you so much. I'll be ending the show in just a bit too. But no, I didn't do any of that. I don't know. I think I just watched all this content all the time, or always had in the background maybe. Because, instead of listening to music chat, I just had movies and TV shows and cartoons playing in the background. I just kind of absorbed it, and I just started imitating it. And I started to have like a passion for voice acting or voice actors and just animation that way. And I don't know, but that's something I think I would absolutely love to do. I would love to voice the Joker. I would love to do that. That'd be like in some animated project to do the Joker. That'd be incredible. And then I got nothing. That's okay. My goal is to hear Chris voice acting. Tell people, hey, I know that Chris Herman. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. If you want to host a MODOK watch party, we can use my account. Oh, you're good things. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Rocky, you're not alone, but thank you. Yes, yeah, I know. Seriously, if you write stories and read all the care, I would pay for it. Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate that, guys. Yeah. I'm just trying. I'm sorry if I pause awkwardly sometimes during the little ending portion. I was just trying to think of like dialogue from some of these movies to say. It's been a while. It's been a while for some of these things. Oh, yeah. So if I make it, reach out. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. No, guys. Thank you so much for all of the incredible support here on this channel. You're making this reality chat and able to support myself every single month, whether it be here on Twitch or YouTube or Patreon chat or OnlyFans. It's been working out. It's been great. Tutal, welcome, Hey, what's up, Chris? Juice again. Good to see you, Tutal. Hope you're doing very well. Bilbo, what is your top 3 Star Wars moments overall? Oh, that'll be the last question. That's a good one. My top 3 Star Wars moments overall. I mean, number one's got to be, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your father. No, it's not true. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Yeah! That one. The Darth Vader moment. No doubt. That's a big one. After that, oh God, what are some other really good ones? Oh, the entire sequence of Luke and Palpatine and Vader, that everything that's going on the Death Star during that moment is amazing to me. I just love that, like that interaction. I don't know if you count that as like a moment, but I love that whole sequence where the Emperor is just trying to get Luke to the dark side, convince him to join him. That to me is fascinating. Oh, no, okay. Part of that, the scene where Luke is hiding on the Death Star during their duel, and he's like, "I won't fight your I won't fight you, Father." And it's like your thoughts betray you. It's like you have a twin sister. Obi-Wan was wise to keep her from me. Well, if you won't join me, perhaps she will. And Luke fucking loses it. He's like, no! And he loses it, and I love that sequence when Luke he is dominating the battle from that point. Where Vader's like, fuck! He's like, oh shit! And the music that plays in that part right there is, it's underrated in my opinion. It's very, very underrated in my opinion. Throne Room dual music. I really love that piece here, chat. That is a brilliant piece of music. Let me see if I can... There it is. Like, this is great. Yeah. That's great. That is probably number 2 for me. Number 3. Oh, thank you, Harris, for the 5 minutes. Well, John Williams, best cues in the franchise. He has a lot of great ones. But I always think that's underrated. Like the throne room Luke Vader music composition. I was like, God, this is so goddamn good. When Luke has the upper hand finally against Vader. My third favorite. See, there's so many. It's like they're all racing through my head right now. Well, I picked one from Jedi. I picked one from Empire. Let me think of New Hope. I mean, it's so cathartic, but like the trench run. I think that trench run where, you know, Luke doesn't rely on, you turn off your targeting computer, what's wrong? Nothing. I'm fine. And then he fires it, and he blows it up, and Tarkin's like, I hope everything's going to be okay. Wow! Like, that one's huge to me. Like, when they blow up the Death Star, the first Death Star. There's several in the series. But that one, I think, is probably one of my other favorite moments. That's my top three, Chad. The Vader reveal, I'm your father. The throne room, final portion of the duel with that wonderful music, and blowing up the Death Star in A New Hope. That's what I would pick for my top three. It's the one part where Luke finally isn't whining like Anakin. I love Luke Skywalker. I love his journey across the trilogy because he's a different character in every movie. He's this, kind of like, he's this naive, like, wide-eyed farm boy who gets involved in this galaxy-spanning conflict. And then in the next one, he's moody. He's questioning everything. He's struggling because his mentor died, and he doesn't know his place. And then in the final one, he's fully confident in his abilities. And I love Luke has one of the best arcs in any sci-fi series, in my opinion. I'm going in. That's what Luke did. He's like, I'm going in, baby, and he blew it up. He did it. What creepy Anakin? Oh, my least favorite. What about creepy Anakin seeing Attack the Clones? They're animals, and I slaughter them like animals. Not just the men, but the women and the children too. I hate them. That one, yes. I can do my least favorite. I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with this, chap. My least favorite ones. Let's see here. Jesus, there's a lot. There's a fucking lot of them. Oh man, oh man. Oh God. Jeez. I mean, Attack the Clones, any Anakin Padme scene where they share screen time. Anytime where they share screen time, Attack the Clones, that's probably number one. Worst. Very high on my list. Number two, Jar Jar. I mean, that's hard, Chad. I mean, maybe Jar Jar's number. Maybe any scene where Jar Jar's in there, that. Any scene with Anakin and Padme, that. Like, if I had to pick one. So, Jar Jar, any Jar Jar scene in Phantom Menace, any Padme Anakin shared scene in Attack the Clones, and in Episode 3. Oh, God. Well, it's funny because I both love it and I hate it at the same time. Like, Ian McDiarmid's a good actor, but in Episode 3, he goes off the fucking rails. He's like, no, you will die. Like, all that shit. And unlimited power. And it's like he's laughing randomly. Like, what the fuck is going on with him? Why does he sound like this? It's like constantly. Henceforth, the Republic shall be reformed into the first galactic empire, and we shall have peace. It's like, okay. Jar Jar, he's the key. Because he's old. I guess so. It looks like he's dying every scene. What about the best scenes from each prequel? Oh, God. I can do this. Best scene from each prequel for Episode 1, I would say the duel between Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul. I think that's a fantastic duel. I think the choreography is fucking on point. That's a great scene. No! Oh, yeah, that's really bad, too. That's a really bad one from Red to the Sith. I have to do that one. That's the one. You nailed the Kaz fate. No! It's like, where is Padme? Is she all right? I'm sorry, Lord Vader. It seems in your anger that you killed her. No, I sensed her. She was fine. He fucking stomping around like Frankenstein. No! And Palpatine in the background is just going, just laughing, just smiling. What a piece of shit. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Yeah, that's the one. I lost track. Oh, best scenes in prequels. That's what I was back in the bad ones. No, the duel between Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul. That's great. That's legitimately great. Like, isolated. Don't think of the rest of the film. This is really good. It's really well filmed, really well choreographed. Love everything that's happening. Even the end portion with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. It's like, he's like, holding his master, his father figure in his hands. And well, Darth Maul got overconfident, though. It sucks they killed him. They wasted him so early, but, you know. Attack the Clones. The space battle between Obi-Wan and Jango Fett in the asteroid field, where you have the Hans Zimmer bombs going off. The Hans Zimmer bombs. Those are really cool. Definitely that one. And episode 3? Episode 3. What's a good one? What's a good scene? Oh, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. You underestimate my power. And he fucking cut all of his limbs off. Anakin's like, oh, fuck. He's like, ah! He just burns to death. Oh, my God. That's a good one. That's a good one. those would be mine. Oh, Lord. A lot of the sword fights, the prequels are fun. And the Sith, Anakin saying, "For my protect, the Jedi are evil after murders tons of Jedi and one's of the worst." Yeah, it's true. Axel. Only things I like were Samuel L. Jackson, Darth Maul, and Yoda kicking ass. See, I'm not a big fan of the Yoda scene, but it was like, hey, something's happening in the movie now. But I didn't pick any scenes in The Mandalorian. There's some great scenes in The Mandalorian. I mean, Luke coming back, of course. That's a great scene. Boba Fett coming back, of course. That's a great scene. Did James Earl Jones, the voice of Big? Oh yeah, he said no. That was James Earl Jones. Vader at the end of Rogue. Oh, I totally forgot. That's going CDR Spocky. Vader at the end of Rogue One. He said, look, he's a fucking monster. He's like a killer. He's like Jason Voorhees in that scene. Have you heard Dave Filoni's defense of the prequels? I have not. Obi-Wan, hello there. Hello there was great. That's a meme. Everything that, like, Ewan McGregor's probably the best. He does the best job across the prequels. Even better than Ian McDermott. Like, I love Ian McDermott in, like, kind of like a cringy way in Revenge of the Sith because he's so fucking ridiculous. But Ewan McGregor is probably the one that comes out smelling the best out of all the other actors in that film. Like, at the beginning where they're on the ship fighting their way to Palpatine. I wish the whole prequel trilogy was like that. Oh, and in Revenge of the Sith with the droids. Oh, yeah. You're supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. I see Revenge of the Sith. He says, what's the fucking kid? That kid does cons, by the way. That little kid that gets sliced up by Anakin. He was like, Master Skywalker, you're everywhere. What are we supposed to do? And oh, and I love the kid goes, oh. He knows he's fucked. He knows. Oh, God. Oh, the whole space. No, there's a lot of great stuff in Rogue One. No, that space battle was spectacular. The ground battle was great. Rogue One's a really good movie. Like, my only big criticism of the Rogue One is that I just don't like I think the Jyn Erso characters is kind of like fine. Like, she has an interesting backstory. I just don't think they gave the actress, like, I don't know, there's something about her performance. It just felt so mellow. I was like, Like, I love Cassian Andor in that movie. I love K2SO. Like, I feel like they should have just they could have combined. That's what they need. That's my big criticism. They had too many characters, and I think they could have combined characters and been better. That's just me. I don't want any death sticks. It's like, you want any death sticks? You want to go home and rethink your life? I'm going to go home and rethink my life. Let's go on. Go on, chat. I love it. Very nice show. I like this. No, it's good. Like a little Q&A session right there. Doing voices, doing my Joker impressions, chat. It's wonderful. Among other things. No, but guys, and thank you all your Star Wars questions too. There's some good ones. I always like talking about this. Sorry if it was a little awkward there towards the end or anything, but yeah, just having fun. Just having fun, chat. Thank you. Thank you for being subscribers to my Patreon, by the way. As I said, chat, I host Class in the Glass cast every single Thursday. Get your questions in there if you're at the Revanite or Juicy Gangster level. But chat, I will be Assault Guerrero. Lies, deceptions, deceiving. Are you here to kill me? All that fucking shit. Just screeching about bullets. Like, Saw, take it easy. And he's in everything. He's in the video games. He's in the animated shows. I think he's in every animated show. It's fucking crazy. But I gotta get going. Oh,